Hi everyone, I am a goat master. Have you ever had such experience? You don't know why you cannot play the same passage well after many times. Although our brain knows it, eyes see it, ears hear it, but our fingers just cannot jump to the right string accurately. Or our left hand cannot press the string steadily to the right pitch, cannot follow the same string with right hand, cannot vibrate the string steadily, no matter how many times we practice. You are definitely not because you don't practice enough. In fact, you are just missing out on the most neglected sense, which is touch memory. What is touch memory? Simply put, it is the memory of your fingers, palms, and arms about the spatial distance from the strings and the temporal speed of movement. For example, when you enter a room, you know the location of the light switch without looking. You can still feel the location of the teacup in the dark. This is the touch memory we use every day. However, in guzheng practice, many people are too used to looking for the position with eyes. And if they hear the wrong note, they use their eyes to correct it. Music and language are interconnected. Think back to your experience of learning a foreign language, such as English. In the learning process, did you have to look with your eyes to know which word it was and how to spell it, instead of just listening with your ears and write it out with your hands? We are used to relying on our eyes to take care of too many things. And as a result, when we encounter a more complicated task, such as playing with both hands, playing chords with the left hand, shifting strings, or jumping, it will be a mess. For those who have not established touch memory, problems or difficulties will accumulate when they learn more advanced and difficult songs in the future. For example, the music will collapse at a faster speed. When playing complex songs, the hands will not obey when the brain is busy. Although they try very hard, the music always comes out jerky and unstable. These problems are not due to lack of skills, but to poor basic feeling system. Paying attention to touch exercises from now on is laying a solid foundation for future guzheng learning. In my one-on-one lessons, there are exercises for transposing the strings with both hands. Some students said that when the right hand jumps the string, the shaking finger or the note is interrupted, and it cannot be seamlessly connected. Or the distance is not enough, and the wrong note is jumped. Some people gave up practicing before halfway and did not care if the melody was interrupted or the beat was not enough or too long. The few who persisted in practicing only practiced a part of it, jumping to the right note, which is the distance is right, but the beat, that means the timing, was interrupted. And they cannot take into account both space and time. During a one-on-one lesson, I asked one student to demonstrate his method and the thinking of transposing strings so that I could customize it to his needs and correct his individual habits. He first thought carefully in his mind which string to move to, how to keep the finger shaking action uninterrupted, how to connect the finger shaking with the glissando, how to shift the wrist. He began to perform complex calculations in his mind. Think about it for a long time when playing just one sentence. And of course, he cannot play fluently. The beat is sometimes long and sometimes short and destroy the whole melody. But when I taught him to choose his eyes and use touch to get along with the strings, remember the distance and the movement between the strings and the notes, not to think about the technique and count the distance for each string, just to directly use the displacement sense of the hand to operate intuitively. He suddenly said, "Teacher, this is really much faster. I don't have to keep thinking about how to move and how many strings to go." That is why in the course Music Magic, I teach you how to analyze music scores, the mental methods and the principles of practice, and design various fingering and touch-oriented practice methods to help you quickly make natural string shifting performances without relying on note memorization or hard calculation. With small movements, you can accumulate successful experience, have confidence in yourself, and all future problems will be better overcome. In addition, I also observed that most of the students had no problem moving the strings upwards, that means higher notes, or to adjacent notes, but were more likely to make mistakes when making large jumps downwards, which means go to the lower pitch strings. This seems to involve cultural aspects and is very interesting. When practicing the guzheng, try picking the melody you are familiar with, closing your eyes without looking at the strings, and letting the fingers that know the adjacent notes and octave notes explore it. Skip the brain and the eyes. Trust your fingers and develop their sense of touch. Only those who have actually practiced know how much the burden on the eyes can be reduced when playing by familiar the hands with the position of the strings, making playing easy and smooth. So come and experience it. Do you want to learn the guzheng touch method and the various fingering techniques that requires more than just the brain and the eyes? If you often think too long while moving, your hands are inaccurate, your memory is confused, and you rely entirely on your eyes to play the guzheng, then you must come and experience my Music Magic course. I will teach you how to remember distance by feel, how to untangle your brain, how to master basic skills, how to memorize music scores quickly, how to sight read fluently, how to choose music that suits you, how to play multiple pieces in a short time. I also combined my studies in musicology and world music instruments in the United States, as well as the concept of learning guzheng that has been proven effective over decades of teaching. Please read the course content in the description column below this video. Learning the guzheng is not just about having fast fingers techniques, but also about keeping up with your feelings so that your performance will be natural and smooth. Thanks for watching my video. Smash that like button. Write your comment. What is your favorite song or lesson? Make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can share more content with you more often. Hit the bell. Everybody take care and enjoy your day. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.